Alright, we're here with a new game, Sherlock Holmes, Crime and Punishments. This is on Epic Game, Unreal Engine. Supposedly it's I guess it's a remake, I don't know. I just know it's part of the Sherlock Holmes series, so let's see what we get here. Yes, new game. I started this earlier and had a issue with my system. It didn't record any of the sounds. So, we're trying this again. Alright, here we go. Let's start it off, see what we get.
Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Alright. Let's open up the case book. Let's see. Investigate a murder. Baker Street and Woodman's Lane. Change clothes first. Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845, and so 50 years old. He's achieved great success whale hunting in Scandinavia. Retired in 1884. Eventually would move to Woodman's Lee. All right. That's our guy. That's our deceased. What else we got? Souvenirs. Ecos. Character portrait. Nothing there. All right. What do we got around here? Telescope? Oh, there you go. Peepin' Tom. Or Peepin' Sherlock.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Alright.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Alright, well, wait, let's door. Let's see, wardrobe. What are our options? Options. Let's see here. Well, we can't go in the morning ground. That's locked. That's locked. Casual suit. Oh, let's go with casual suit, shall we? Makeup table, whatever our choice is. Hair. No. Balding, there we go. That's awful. Oh, is that locked too? Let's give Sherlock let's go back to the go-to look. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh. Well, may not all be available. Let's see what we got. None of it. I guess I don't get any of it. Alrighty.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Yes, I do make a terrible mess. This is Watson's room. Washman in the bedroom. It's always nice. Look at that typewriter with all of his books. Alright. Oh, check out the painting. Very cool. A lot of detail on this stuff. These guys spent a lot of time 3D in the modeling category. Alright, let's head out Woodman's Lee. Alright, as we head off, we'll see what we can find.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Wow. Footprints. Aha.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
So, a big man's footprints.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Oh, it's green already. So they had a well-maintained garden.
Mr. Holmes?
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, what did you see last night?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Well, let's take a look at it first, shall we? Gardening gloves.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Alright, yeah, let's go with when was the body found.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Did he have visitors?
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Alright, so we've got her understood ish, I guess. I don't know. Well-maintained garden. Large footprints. Well, maybe Carey's a big man.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see. These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
So, somebody tried to break into the cabin.
What a terrible way to die.
So, somebody broke in after killing him?
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
Okay.
Hammerfest. Dundee. It's a whaling map.
A very detailed one. So he had his own bed in here.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
It's not green.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
I don't get it. It didn't turn green. Everything else when you're done with it turns green.
Harpoons
See?
for hunting whales. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
The boots. Compare them with the ones
Peter
out in
Carey's
the
boots.
yard.
They look to be a size
Garden.
8.
Size 8's not very big.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
What is all that on the floor?
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
It's an interesting way to go.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Alright, let's check out the blood below. Corpse is green. Oh.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
Yeah, definitely didn't succeed.
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Can I open it? Can I look inside?
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
JHN. Oh, open. There it is.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Alright. Guess we're done with the blood.
Rum. A sailor's drink.
Why are there 2 glasses?
Someone drank from this glass recently. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
So it's someone who knew him.
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
Glad that he knows it's a sailor's work. See, what do we got here? Tobacco.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Okay, it's some sort of boat. That's not where it goes. Is that it? That can't be it. All goes out of whack now. Alright, so there's more of the boat. That isn't it. Maybe she's over here. Oh, there we go. There's some more of the boat. Can't get that right. There we go. Hey, we got it.
This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
It's always fun to do a 3D map, and you don't hear me talking. Sorry about that. I get better at these. Ooh, we got a Y. Let's inspect what we found. Alright, so we got no gardener, break-in attempts. Break-in attempts, notebook? Yes. Ooh, make an ambush. We can find a culprit.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
So we can catch the guy who probably left the notebook, because the notebook was dropped after he was dead. So it's either the person who killed him and he dropped it when he left, or he came back after and found him dead. Let's see if she has anything else. Because there was clearly a guest there last night. 2 shot glasses. Unless he was double fisting it for some reason. But since he had the whole bottle, wouldn't he just drink from the bottle? Let's see, there we go.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be. But he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
Oh, that was shifty oddness if I've seen it. She knows something about the papers. But what? Alright, let's talk to Lestrade.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
Now, I think that we are lucky
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oh, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Alright, we need to find a place to hide. Oh, wait. I want to check these shoes out before I... Yeah, you can check the shoes.
These boots don't match the footprints.
Yeah, too small. Alrighty. Well,
This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in. This looks like the perfect hiding place.
so we hide. Catch the culprit in the act of trying to get back into the garden shack.
Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
Mr. Holmes?
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here, waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Okay. He's too small to have made the footprints. And there's no way he's strong enough to pin that to the wall. I mean, that's a serious throw. Oh, I would have thought they'd have gone together. Alright, I don't know how they play out yet. Pinned to the wall. I don't think any of these lined up with pinned to the wall. Yep, I didn't think so. Alright. Yeah, I have no deductions. Case book, where are we going next? We're going to Scotland Yard. Let's talk to this kid, see what we get out of him. Oh, we need to check his belongings.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Rating.
And partner, 1883.
1883.
From R. Dawson. To my friend, Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. A handkerchief with the initials J.H.N. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what? A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin.
So, I mean, this kid's too small to have done anything. He can't by himself have thrown the harpoon or stabbed him with the harpoon and pinned him up against the wall. And he couldn't have made the boot prints. Too small. What do we got here? Let's take a look at this kid first. Scrappy hat. Patches on the coat. Expensive fabric. I wouldn't have gotten that. Oh, maybe. Look at those lines on it. Elaborate button. Too short. Calluses. Scars. Well, he's definitely been working. Ah. A thin neck. He's too small. He's done hard work, but not the kind that would give the muscles to stick a guy to the wall. Ask him about the gold ring. Start with something simple.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Yeah, the ring engraving. There's no way you were around then.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
To continue on with the ring.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, I'm betting father. Yeah, I'm gonna go with father.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
The notebook.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan.
Sea knife.
The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
What did he go there for in the first place? Breaking intends Nellen's notebook. Lying in a pool of victim blood. I'm not confirming that yet. What other clues do we have? Swift action. Oh, I was really hoping that would be. Nope. Swift action. I don't see anything else that would fit to the swift action. Pin to the walls. Break-in attempt. Missing tin box. No, there's nothing there. Alright, I don't have anything there. Oh wait, I had to have something there. Let's try swift action, pin to the wall. Haha. Experiment.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Let's see. Oh, we need to go to Watson. Hopefully he's at Baker Street. So, we're going to pick up the next video with, well, let's see where this... Yeah, we're going to pick up the next video at Baker Street, trying to get Watson to help us with an experiment. So, see you in the next video. Later!